Hello and welcome to Baking on a Budget. This time we're going to be making this delicious sticky toffee pudding. Now there's quite a few ingredients for this which I have on my bench over there, and I'm going to run through all of those, tell you how much we have, quantities we have, and how much all of that costs. To begin with, we have 150 grams of dates, and that cost me 94 pence. We have 250 ml of water. We have 1 teaspoon of bicarb, which is about 2 pence. We have 125 grams of butter at 93 pence. We have 150 grams of brown sugar at 43 pence. We have 2 tablespoons of black treacle at 16 pence. We have 150 grams of self-raising flour at 7 pence. And we have a teaspoon of vanilla essence at 12 pence. And the sauce for this, we have 300 ml of double cream at £1.15. We have 1 tablespoon of brown sugar at 8 pence, and we have 3 tablespoons of black treacle at 26 pence. So the total cost of this is £4.42. We're going to get 8 really delicious slices of that, and that means each slice is going to be about 55 pence each. Okay, let's get to it. First thing we want to do is just cut these dates up nice and small. These are already stoned or pitted, so we just want to chop them up and stick them in our pan. Okay, and with those done, simply want to cover them with this 250 ml of water and put them on a medium heat and bring them to the boil. Okay, and that's been bubbling away there for a couple of minutes. What we're going to do now is turn the heat off and add to that mix 1 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. Now this will froth, so you want this in a fairly deep pan. It will bubble up a bit, and we just want to keep stirring that until all of that froth and bubbles have dissipated. Okay, that's calmed down a lot. Now I'm going to leave that to cool for a little while and we'll get on with the next step. Next thing we want to do here is put the butter and the brown sugar into this bowl, and we want to sort of cream this together. I'm doing this with the spoon to start with because the butter is still a little hard, but it'll soften up as we go. And then once I've got that sort of softened, I'll probably whisk that for a little while. Okay, that took a bit of working. It is quite stiff, the butter still, but we're getting there with it. And that's looking good to me. That's all consistent. All of the butter is well worked into that sugar. And the next thing we want to do with this is start adding the eggs. Now, I'm just going to add one at a time and stir each one of them in thoroughly. So it becomes a lot looser with the addition of the eggs. Looking good. We'll put the next one in. And at this point I think I will get the whisk out and just give that a good beating to get any lumps out and the whole thing blended together nicely. Now I'll just whisk this for a minute or two, and then we will add the other ingredients to it. Next thing to go in is our black treacle, and we want 2 tablespoons of black treacle. And again, this is fairly thick. I think a substitute for this is black strap molasses, or you could indeed use golden syrup if you wished, but this will give it a lovely rich and dark flavour. Okay, that is our 2 tablespoons. See if we can get all of that off there. Very good. And again, we want to mix that treacle into there. Now, as you may be able to hear, I've got the oven on in the background, and that's just coming up to temperature. And in the meantime, we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract in there. You could use vanilla essence, but the extract is a little cheaper. Right, want that mixing in with the vanilla extract and everything else in there. Next thing we want to do is put the flour in. And as I say, that is 150 grams of self-raising flour. And this will start to thicken up quite readily. There it is. Right, I'll just clean the sides of the bowl, and once that's all mixed and combined, we are going back to the date mixture. Okay, so the dates have had a chance to cool down a little bit. Not entirely cold as yet, but they are cool enough for this next stage. I'm going to put them into this jug And really this is an optional step. I'm going to blend these. It's not essential that you blend them, you don't have to, but I like the cake to be a nice smooth texture. So I'm going to blend these just a little to break up those dates. That will do just fine. Okay, now with the date mix blended, we can now add that to the bowl. As I say, it's not essential that you blend these. You could just put them in as they are, but it's just a thing of personal taste, really. Right, and we want to combine this whole thing. Okay, that is looking good. Alright, now I'm going to put this into this 8-inch or 20cm cake tin, and we just want to pour that in. And we will just clean everything out of that bowl. It's going into an oven at 160 degrees centigrade, and it's going to go in there for about 40-45 minutes. After about 40 minutes, I'll keep an eye on it and see how it's doing, and then we shall get it out. Now, to make the sauce for the top of this sticky toffee pudding, what we want to do is get 300 ml of this double cream into the pan, and this is just over a low heat, but we do want this to heat up to thicken. And to the cream, we want to add a tablespoon of this dark brown sugar. This whisk is a little large for the pan, I think. I'll get a smaller one. Okay, and to that we are going to add 3 tablespoons of this black treacle. And that will be a delicious sauce. The black treacle will start to give once it heats up a little. Okay, we've got 2 in there. 1 more. Delicious. So with that, we just want to keep stirring, keep it over the heat for a while until that sauce starts to thicken up. Okay, and 40 minutes later, that had 40 minutes at about 160 in the oven, 160 centigrade, and that is looking and smelling superb. I'm going to let this cool for a while, then I'm going to plate some up and have a taste. Okay, I've let it cool a little, not much, but a little, and I'm just going to pour some of this delicious sauce on there. Look at that. That is going to be absolutely scrumptious. That is one delicious looking dessert. That is a beautifully soft cake. The sauce on top, marvellous. A lot of people serve this with a scoop of ice cream, but I'm just going to have it as it is. And I'm going to take a taste of that right now. Oh. That is superb. Please do have a go at this recipe. That is really delicious. I can see why they would put ice cream on it. That would lift it a little, but seriously, it doesn't really need any lifting. So there it is, a sticky toffee pudding. Not that difficult to make. A few ingredients involved, few different things. And as I say, only 55 pence a slice. Quite expensive for the whole cake, £4 odd I think it was. But you will get 8 sumptuous, delicious slices of sticky toffee pudding, making it 55 pence a slice. Now, can I just say, if you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. This does help the channel a lot. And if you would like to see more recipes like this in the future, simple to bake, absolutely delicious, always very cheap, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Many more to come. I thank you very much for watching.